It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Mike, we're in here for, you guys see the thing it's behind you right there. Yeah. Ooh, that camera looks clear. That boy like, why? Hey, but we're in here, guys. Flippinar 253. Top 5 reasons why new wholesalers fail is today's topic. So make sure if you're in here, you do this. Subscribe to the channel by selecting this button here. Once you subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell, select all, so you now are alerted whenever we upload new videos like this one and when we go live daily. Okay, we're live on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I didn't say that. Pinterest. No, we're not. LinkedIn. We got an account though. So text the word Gator if you want to get pushed to the front of the line and get your question answered on the live stream. Text the word Gator to 205-964-5243, and we can get you on and get you on and popping, as they say. We're in here. So Renika is not here this week. Probably won't be back until the first week of February, whatever the first Flippinar is, probably. So boom.
Cool.
I just said that. Why are you looking great? I just told you that.
No, you didn't.
I did just tell you that.
I wasn't paying attention. And oh my gosh. Anyway, hold on 1 second.
How would that? Listen to me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Did you tell them Atlanta cash buyers?
Oh, I ain't telling about that. Yeah. Ada, you good. We still, no one has pulled the trigger on it. AtlantaCashBuyers.com is still available. So separate yourself from the pack. Become the brand name in that market, whether you live there or not. It doesn't matter. That's the power of the internet, whether you're already doing deals or not. That's the power of marketing. So AtlantaCashBuyers.com, text me, and I will gladly discuss you purchasing it. And guess what comes with it?
Coaching.
Me coaching you through unlimited deals until they put dirt on me. Yes, sir. So boom, there you go. What else can be better than that?
Nothing. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Is my thing supposed to be on unmute?
What? No, you supposed to be on mute. It's supposed to say mute.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. So if you want to join us live, text the word Gator, Gator, to the number 205-964-5243. You can join us live and ask your question and any follow-up questions that you may have. You can also have your property comped if you need something comped really quickly. Keep in mind, you can always go over to dealulator.com. That's dealulator.com, where that calculator is the Dealulator calculator, where you can plug and check your numbers to see if, in fact, you do have a deal. It's an easy way to keep you from spinning your wheels and kicking rocks on deals that are not there. We're going to start today with a little shout out for Robert McCrae, APL Sauce, Joffrey Willis, who came over from REI Revolution. Hey, look at you hopping right over.
That's what's up. Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yeah, Debbie and Scooter from Indiana. Thank you for joining us in Hooligan TV. I see you guys on Instagram and TikTok as well. Make sure you go ahead and post those questions live in that chat, and I will read those questions. This is how it works. You post the questions, I'll read the questions, and Ty will answer the questions. Who's ever on Facebook, it just says Facebook user. Glad to have you here as well. And we're going to start off quick. This is the first time I think I've seen it happen this fast, but Aris today is ready to join us. Oh, I see you. Boom. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys doing?
I'm well.
Super tight. What about yourself, sir?
Doing pretty good. I have a question. A property that I would like you to comp for me.
Okay.
I am talking to the seller again, and he wants a price for it, and I've been trying to comp it myself, but I don't know if I'm not doing it right or I just don't have the right. I'm probably just not doing it right, so I just wanted you to do it for me.
Well, don't
Uh,
discount yourself. You very well may be doing it right, and don't second guess your your gut. And you put in the chat that you hear 2 audios. Do you still have that feedback?
no, it was definitely my fault. I had my YouTube and my other thing on, so
Ah, okay, you catching it
I
twice.
got it fixed now. I'm good. All right. So the
All
address.
right.
Let me know when you're ready for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, yeah, share, Chrome tab. I want to do entire screen. That's what I want to do. Okay, boom. All right. So yeah. So what you got?
All right. So the address is 2155 Venetian Drive. Venetian is spelled Venetian.
I should know how to spell that. I lost a lot of money in that establishment. Okay, so too much to be ashamed to say. Okay, let's look at it first. Okay, we really can't see it.
Yeah. He sent me some pictures, and it's like a complete good job. So
Okay. All right. Okay, so if you're on Instagram or TikTok, this is like we're only 8 minutes in. So if you want to see me comp this, you can go back and watch a YouTube replay on it. All right, but okay, so what we got here? So this is a big house, 3,700 square feet, almost 3,800 square feet. Okay, so this is in Atlanta, so it should be a lot of activity. So just pulling it up initially, there's not a lot of activity here, and it's probably because of the size of the house. So to adjust for that, PropStream is automatically going to default to 20% plus or minus as far as a comping range of similar property. So I'm going to reduce this down to 1,500 square feet and see what it does. Okay, so it pulls a lot of more activity, right? Okay, so now just before people have never seen this before. Okay, so ideally, whenever we're comping, these the red dot is the property that we're targeting, and then the other dots here, drop pins, are properties that have sold in the area. So we're going to compare those to try to come up with a number that works as far as this property. All right, so ideally, we don't want to cross these thicker white lines or the thicker yellow line. Most of them are in play. So what I'll do is I'm going to minimize this back down, and we're going to use the draw tool here to capture only the ones that sort of fit in that little box that we're trying to stay above this one little street here. So boom, boom, boom. So we're going to do a search, and then I'm going to just look at the MLS data here. See what we got. Okay, so 3 things we like to look at off the top is the year built, the lot square footage, and the square footage of the house itself. Okay, so ideally with the year built, we like to stay in a range of 10 years plus or minus. 19 looks like 45 to 1935. Older is not as big of a deal. I'm just going to put 1945 in here and see how many it eliminates. Because you try to stay in the same 10-year window of generation of houses if possible. Not always. You have to go with nearest and best. So we still have a lot of activity here by putting in that particular criteria. So then next thing we have to look at the lot square footage that the property is sitting on. Within 2,500 square feet is ideal, but sometimes you can't. A lot bigger, maybe a lot smaller. And then the square footage of the house itself, ideally like to stay within a 20% range plus or minus, which the system will automatically do this. And this house, it appears to be outside the norm. They overbuilt, right? One of those situations. So with that being said, we would normally make the adjustment on a price per square foot basis, but we're not going to, I don't think we'll do that here because everything here is almost half the size. Because if we did the price per square foot, then this property would be over $1 million probably, or close to it. So all right, so now I'm going to look at, because the rate changes over the last interest rate changes as far as mortgages over the last, year, basically. We're going to try to look for the most recent transaction and based our numbers off of that. Okay, so with that being said, we have a couple of November transactions here. We have one for $399. We have another one for $510. Okay, so now the $510 property sold at a lot less as far as price per square foot, $188 a square foot, and the other one that sold for $399 at $220. So I would be more in line to go with the 188 as a number, but not even probably that, because I don't think you might be able to get, I don't know. We'll run the numbers and just see. But the one number 9, where is it at? It's way up here. Okay, so if we multiply 188 times our square footage, which is 3,775. All right, that's like 709, well, basically 710,000. I'm not just comfortable doing that because there's no other house that big. So I'm just going to stick with this. I'm going to say probably 550 is the best case I'm going to give this. But let's look at this house to see what type of renovation they did on this house. So I'll do just a Google search. Maybe I can just quickly pull up the Zillow photos if it was listed. Okay, so they really built a brand new house right here, it looks like, but there's no photos. So let's do this. I'm going to go actually look at the, see how it was sold. Hopefully it was sold through MLS and it was FHA. That'll confirm that price for me. Well, the loan is only like $410. So they had to put $100 grand down on this property. But it did sell through MLS, but they put $100 grand down on it. But that was recent though. So that was just 2 months ago. That they did that. So let me see. This is an investor. This is an investor. I don't like that. I don't like that. So let's go back to the
Today you hit the size. He doesn't like that.
I don't like that.
But why do you not like that?
They try to manipulate the market, right? They'll try to do that by doing that, raising the price. So let's look at this one here. Now this one here looks like it was a renovation. Okay, that's the one that sold for $399, but it sold. Let me see. So it sold at $399, but it sold at $220 a square foot. So that would take the price of this one up even more. I would be comfortable probably still saying, because of that square footage difference, this is only 1,800 square feet. I would still be comfortable in saying, this 510, maybe even 550 is the number, right? Okay. But but you say it's in really bad condition. So if we go over here to the repair calculator, right? And the way we do it is if it's livable, we do $25 times the square footage. If it's not livable, $40. All right. So we're going to say 3,775 square feet. So that puts the renovations at over 150 grand. Right. All right. And so if we said that we're going to go with an ARV of 550 and repairs are 150. Right. Okay, so and on something like this, with a 550 ARV, normally we try to take 7 to 10% of the ARV. So I'm trying to make at least 50 grand on something like this. In that price range there. So you basically need to be under 200 grand, ideally. Did he give you a price?
Yeah, he actually said he wanted 180 for it.
Okay, yeah, I think you got some here, man.
Okay. Yeah. Would you be down to JV that with me?
Yes.
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 All right. Bet.
You asked me to marry. I'm just like, what you supposed to do? A chick with the answer? Yes. They ain't even pulled the ring out. Yes.
No, I ain't about to say that now.
Ain't nobody else gonna marry me. Yes.
No.
How do we do that? Because I'm talking to tomorrow. So
yeah. So let me take this off the screen. Yeah. So just hit me up. Text me 205-9645. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you the other number 205-492-3425. That number out there
So wait,
everywhere.
It is
205 what?
not. Is it?
Yeah.
Say it
205
again.
492 3425.
Just being real
3425.
friendly with
Okay,
the
cool.
numbers today.
That number everywhere.
Alrighty. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll get
Hey,
in touch with you.
look forward to hearing from you, man. Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right. Have a good night.
Yep.
All right, let's see.
Mike Jones. Who?
Oh my gosh, don't do that.
From Mike Jones, man.
All right. Ahmad Safar, PropStream is not free. You do
Yeah.
Okay.
That same tool that I was just using. I said, damn, I should just do that. So you want to use that same tool, we'll train you on how I just used it. If you sign up through my site, dealulator.com, to do that, text tool to the number 205-964-5243.
Do you still get the 7-day trial period? 5-day trial period to test it out. It is a subscription fee. So go to dealulator.com to check that out, Ahmad. Thank you for asking that question. Okay, so Bianca Barker, who is over here on TikTok, says, I'm new here, and it's flipping the same as wholesaling. No.
Bianca, welcome to us.
Yes.
Wholesaling is a form of flipping. First. All right. But the flipping you're thinking about is fixing flipping, like you see on the HGTV, and A&E and all those shows. That's the fix and flipping that most people are aware of. We feed those individuals deals. Those are our customers. Those are our buyers. That's why your money doesn't matter, because they're the one that's going to bring all the money to the table. The way it works is, like my man here we were just talking to, he found a great deal for 180, right? It's worth 500, 550, we're going to say. Okay, needs a lot of work though. Okay, but the numbers work. So we'll put it out there probably at maybe 225, 230 or something like that. So we'll just say 230 for the sake of easy numbers. So that's a $50,000 spread or whatever. So, he and I didn't have to bring the 230 to the table, because the cash buyer is going to bring the 230 to the table. Put the 150 in it, they're at 380, and they still have a chance to make 170 on it. So that's why your money doesn't matter. And that's why the knowledge part of it is so valuable, because now once you understand how to find a deal and how to recognize what a great deal is, then you know the paperwork, aka the contract that I give away. If you text the word contract to the number 205-964-5243, I show you how to fill it out for sellers and buyers and how to get it signed electronically. Everything you need to know here, Bianca, that's what her name was?
Yes.
Everything you need to know is right here on my YouTube channel. If you're on Instagram or TikTok, that's fine. But the real content is on YouTube and on here on my YouTube channel. If you're there on TikTok or Instagram, if you go to my bio and tap the link there that says tap here for free training, that's actually what the link says. Boom, you're in the game. The world is yours. There are no excuses when the knowledge and training is free.
All right.
I need a t-shirt for that too. I came up with that too.
You did? No excuses?
No excuses when the knowledge and training is free.
Okay. No excuses, really big. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so Tiff and the Six on Instagram, thank you for joining us. You post your question right there in the chat, just like you asked that question. Post your question, I will read it, and Ty will give you an answer.
I'll try.
Yeah, so Deanna Booker, what contract do you use once you get a property under contract, and how do you price land? So that one-page contract that I just mentioned is available to you, and you can use that as well. But now the second question was, how do you price land?
How do you price land? Wow. There's now the free way to do it is try to leverage Zillow, right? Using the properties that are for sale and the properties that have sold near that property. Land is a different animal. You got a lot of factors that go into it that would determine that. I'm still struggling with it myself. Let me just say that. But I pay for probably too many tools to help me figure out land deals, whatever. But the free method is just through Zillow. If you see a property and, let me just say this. If you see a property that's near yours on Zillow and it's for sale, and one of the quick things you can do is look at the number of views and the number of days it's been there on the site. Now, if it's a situation where you see like 600 views and it's only been on the site for 6 days, it's probably priced right. And that's probably where you're going to need to be priced per acre if it's broken down like that, right? Sometimes not an acre, but you have to just do the math on that. Or you're going to look at use your filters on Zillow to see what properties have sold for also. So you can use Zillow, and I'm gonna probably do something on that in the future when I feel just really comfortable at using that, and to help you guys out on that. But I use some paid tools that don't pay me to promote them, but if y'all ask me what they are, I'll tell you. But which I use PropStream for. I normally use a multiple number tool. I'm tripping. I use acres.co. And I use PropStream, and I use Land Vision, and I found one the other night, MapRight. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, MapRight. I hadn't paid for the subscription, but I'm probably going to pay for it when I let Land Vision go, because I like to be able to see flood zones and wetlands. Wetlands are like your lakes, creeks, ponds, whatever. It'll identify all of that on the property. So.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So
man, that camera looks good.
It does. This is crisp.
It's crisp.
It's
Turn the
crisp.
light on. Let's see how that looks. Let's see that improve it in the month. No, that didn't improve it.
No,
it took some away from us.
It did.
Yeah.
Bam, there it is. Okay. So Tierra Gilliam. Do I tell the title company I would like to put a home under contract and then tell them how much I can put down in earnest money?
No, ma'am. That's not how you would do that. Don't even worry about the title company. Don't even worry about that part of it. Focus on the hard parts. Finding a deal and placing a buyer with it. Because you could do all that with a title company, and guess what? The buyer, the one that has all the gold, says, "Oh, I don't use them. I have a relationship with somebody else." Now, you don't have to deal with them, but I'm not going to allow that one part of the deal to keep me from making the money, because normally they're going to get in line no matter what title company or closing attorney you use. Sometimes you're going to have some that say, "No, we don't deal with wholesalers." Blah, blah. Okay, fine. Then that's a deal breaker as far as with that buyer. You have to find another buyer if he doesn't want to deal with someone that will close your deal. But to answer your question, don't even worry about that part of it. Use the power of networking. And I have a brilliant idea, Adrian.
You do?
I have a brilliant idea.
We're not gonna share it live, though.
I ain't gonna share this live now, cause
is this something I can do?
It's something you could do. I have a brilliant idea.
Oh, I'm afraid.
I have a brilliant. It's simple, but it just takes some grunt work to do it. But it's so simple, it's scary or whatever.
Okay.
But I think,
is it being done, or is this like off the top of the dome?
I don't think so. I don't know nobody that has it. I haven't seen it. Not that I know everything.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah. So just post a question in any group. What was her name?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. In my Facebook group, which I don't promote enough, wholesale and real estate. Just text the word stack, and you could join my Facebook group, wholesale and real estate with the flip man stack, STACK, like stack money. And just post a question in the group. What title company or wholesale? What title company or closing attorney or wholesale friendly? Wholesale friendly. What am I trying to say?
Yeah.
Wholesale friendly XYZ city, whatever city you're targeting. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, you said it.
I said it.
All right. So Robert McCrae said he has a new phone and need the new live link for further communication. Well, you joined us. So
yeah, Robert, you already in.
Yeah, you in. You in there. You in there. You're in there.
In here, Rob.
Okay. Debbie and Scooter, hey, what is a reasonable amount of time to get in touch with the possible owner in the case of a burnout or distressed property for crime or death? Okay, so you say don't get caught up and fall in love with the house, because you're going to sit there, and we said it earlier, spin your wheels and can't find the owner. You're going to miss a lot of other opportunities. So what is a reasonable amount of time to spend looking for an owner before you say, I got to move on? I can't worry about this no more.
Okay.
Focus.
I was reading, so I'm sorry. Wow. Okay. So, yes, I'm going to have to recreate that. Okay. So, what the hell is it mean? Okay. So, reasonable amount of time of a fire damage or death, man, you know, the fire, both of them can be tough because you don't know what happened in that fire. Somebody may have lost their life, you know, anything, you know what I'm saying? So that can be tough. You agree, A?
I do agree.
And so that could be tough, right?
Right.
And so
but what if you do know? What if you do know what happened? But that's really not the question about being concerned. What happened is how long do you take? How long do you allow to look for the owner?
to look for the owner, you can start looking for them immediately.
Yeah, but how long do you take time to do that?
So you mean you can look for them? You mean reach out to them? That's what I thought you were talking about.
No. So I see this house, 123 ABC Main Street, and I'm looking for the owner. I've been looking for the owner for the last 30 days. I can't figure out anything. Do I just quit? Or do I look 60 days, 90 days, or I'm wasting my time?
Man, that's a tough question. I would probably, it just depends on how much you know about the situation. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. It just depends on how much you know about the situation.
Okay. So no definitive answer for that one.
Yeah, it's just hard to answer that question or whatever. It's just very difficult to answer that question.
Okay. So when you tell someone to not fall in love with the deal and you say, what's the follow-up? When do you come back and follow up again? You follow up on houses that maybe the numbers didn't work every 3 months, or you put them in rotation once every 30 days?
Yeah, see, whenever you do reach out to them, you don't mention no fire or what situation, and then you reach out to them as if none of that happened, right? And just hoping they're going to reach out to you because they're ready to make a change on it. But you definitely don't want to mention the situation is what I'm trying to say. That makes sense?
You answer my question, but okay.
I don't know if I'm losing here.
So CJ Madden has a good question. Hey, CJ, how do we trust the ARV from people? They come up with crazy numbers. So isn't that why it's important for you to come up with your own ARV? You're not going to let nobody just tell you what it is.
No, you can't let them tell you that. You say, okay, I'll take that in consideration.
Yeah, that's like the owner telling you how much their house is worth.
We'll take that into consideration. How they say it? We'll take that into consideration.
Yeah. No. That's why it's important for you to understand how to calculate.
Oh, yeah, that's why it's so
ARV
important
yourself.
for you to do your own homework. I don't care what nobody send me. People, I even know what they talk about. I'm still going to check it or whatever. I'm like, well, maybe I'm missing something because I don't see what you're seeing or whatever. So, and then it could be right. But, you definitely need to check your own homework. Even if you cheat, well, I guess that won't matter. You shouldn't be cheating if you don't. If you already knew the answer, you ain't gonna know that right or not, huh? That's not a good analogy.
Exactly. Okay. So Nicholas Henry wants to know, what advice would you give to get over the initial fear of giving a low offer? I've had buyers give me a price, did the numbers, they didn't work, so I called back and never attempted to offer. So
he means sellers.
No. So he's had the buyer, so he's put it under contract with the seller, put it out to the buyer. Buyer's like, nah, you can get it for this. So now he has to go back to the seller to get another price.
Oh, he means like that. Oh,
yeah.
not the initial negotiation, but because buyers have let him know you overpriced,
right,
or whatever. Well, you don't want to just go by what one buyer, but if you got 3 or 4 buyers basically saying the same thing, then the market has spoken. But one guy just tell you that, no, you just don't want to go by that, right? Okay. Unless that's your only opportunity or whatever. So, but if you got 3 or 4 basically going below what you have it out there for, what you have it on the contract for, then you've overpriced it.
Okay, the question is, but how do you overcome the fear of?
You know what this dude told me from Israel? Say, Americans, we have you asked us 3 questions, we ain't gonna answer but one of them. I try not to do that, and you asked me the question twice now, and I'm gonna go answer this time. How do you overcome the fear? I'm so sorry. Well, I'm sorry. His name was what?
This is Nicholas.
Nick. I'm so sorry, Nick. I went all around the way. So that's what a lot of pastors do. You ask them this, and they just have a yes or no question, pastor. Ain't nobody ask about that, man. That's a yes or no question.
I'm gonna tell you, Nicholas, just do it. Offers are free.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, Nick, now each situation is going to be difficult. Some sellers are not as friendly as others, right? And their situation may not dictate them to allow you to come back and do that. But you can only, again, if you feel that, hey, I have enough, is it going to be multiple buyers have told you, hey, it's too high, or you only have one buyer even interested, period, and they say, hey, this is what a number needs to be. And so you can just go back to them and say, hey, we overestimated the value of your property and what it's going to cost to renovate it. We really probably need to be at this number. Hopefully you're inside your due diligence period and you say, hey, if not, I'm going to have to execute, and that's the right word, execute my due diligence calls in the property. Or if you be honest, say, hey, go ahead and submit the earnest money. You can keep that, but I'm going to have to cancel the agreement, unless we can get at this number. And so obviously you want to go low enough where you can build in some profit for yourself or whatever. So,
oh, that sounded real nice.
I'm a nice guy, I've been known to be that way,
Yes, absolutely. Okay, guys, you still have time to join us live. Text the word Gator, Gator, to the number 205-964-5243, and we would love to have you on. Again, you can ask your question and any follow-up questions that you may have. So Tiff and the Six again. This is Instagram. What is standardized POF work in the wholesaling industry when working with agents representing sellers? It's a program that's been proposed that I need answers to, as it seems a little questionable.
Well, some will take some of the POF services out there, the letters, and some won't. It's just a hit or miss, so it's just that simple. Some will take them, some won't.
Okay. Thank you for answering that. You good over there, boss?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you for answering that. All right. Angela Locks over on Instagram says, thanks for coming to speak on REI Revolution. You got quite a few people that hopped on over.
Oh, so, yeah. I really appreciate you guys, man. That was great. I hate our schedule. I don't know what I was thinking about to schedule it. I think they wanted to go longer, and I was willing to do it. But I hate I scheduled it right behind, this here. So. Okay.
Hey, Omar. Thank you for joining us. Says, hey, what's going on, Professor Flip and everybody? I'm in the room.
Okay.
That's Omar.
OC.
That's Omar.
In the house.
Flipping B-Way. Flipping Boy. BWOY. Boy. I like that. Boy. Let's see here. KRI says, so glad to be a part of your community. Also grateful for you joining the REI Revolution community. Enjoyed listening to you on the podcast. Had some technical issues, so wasn't able to speak. It's okay. That's well, cool. Guess what?
Well, you can ask your question here. You can join us on the live stream. Hey, right here, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna have to get with that Discord. That was pretty cool. Cool. Yeah.
President hey Flip Man, I love your content and wanted to ask, do you coach people for wholesaling? I love to have help. I've done REI and skip tracing, but it's not that easy. So,
well, sir, yes, sir. I do offer coaching as a PAID option, a paid option. You can reach out to me. Just text me. I'll send you over the freight for it. But it is an option. But I like to you just text this number here to 205-964-5243. It's an option for sure.
All right. Courtney Powell is ready to join us. Give me a wave. You ready, Courtney?
CP.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
What's happening, man? I forget where you live stream from, man. Where you at?
Dallas, Texas.
DT. What's happening? DFW.
I was on a few weeks ago. I don't know if you remember, but
I do.
Property for me, but it's lane. It's empty lot now, and you told me it could potentially be a good deal, but I'm kind of stuck on like the next process on who to reach out to and things like that. So I was trying to see if maybe you could do that.
Did it have a person's information, a phone number or something?
I don't think so. I think it's I don't think so. You can look it up again and verify if you want.
Okay. Yeah. What's the address?
It's 7226 Meadow Road, Dallas, Texas.
7226. What is it? Meadow Road, you said?
Yeah.
You're not sharing.
You know what? They took a video down. I started giving out people's, you know what I'm saying? So it's in the LLC. I'm just gonna say that. If you want, I'll text you the information on it. Well, you already probably see that, but it's in the LLC. I may be able to pull up that information. If you hit me up tomorrow, I'll look it up for you. If it's now they own 170 properties.
Okay.
Yeah. Normally when I see that, I'm normally going to probably look at them as a buyer versus trying to target a property that they own. Not saying you should do it, but I'm normally going to flip my thoughts on it. What made you identify this particular property?
Really, I was just I was working at the time, but I was essentially driving for dollars, and I just seen it empty. I was like, I wonder if I can.
Oh, it's an infield lot. It's in a neighborhood.
Yeah, it's in between two houses.
Okay, yeah, I see. Let me see here. Oh, okay, it must have been a burnout or something. 'Cause it's like a pretty decent neighborhood here, so that's interesting. Okay, so let me see what they paid for it. We see if we got that data. This just happened, CP. They spent, and they must have bundled it with some other properties, but they have like a is this a loan on it? Let me see. Yeah, they got a loan on this. It has to be bundled with some other properties, but they got a loan with over $1 million on this property.
Oh, okay. So it ain't worth pursuing, or what you think?
Nah, it's not. It's not worth pursuing the way they got this tied up. I wouldn't. No, sir.
All right, cool. I think that's all I got tonight.
What the Cowboys gonna do Sunday, man?
Lose probably. I don't know. I'm not a fan.
Oh, okay, all right.
He ain't a fan.
Okay, all right.
Just because you're from Dallas don't mean you gotta like Dallas.
Not at all.
Tuscaloosa, I ain't gotta be a fan of Bama.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, man. Please join us again, man.
All right, we'll do. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Are you serious?
What? They blocked us.
It says live access removed. It doesn't say block though. Yeah.
What is that?
Your live access was suspended for violating our illegal activities and regulated goods policy. Wait
a minute. Don't so we want to appeal it.
Okay.
Just leave it up there.
Okay. All right. Well, TikTok, we out over there. We still going on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. So hopefully they will follow and jump over somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So Tiffany follows up. So is the standardized, I can't say that word for the life of me, POF normal and then normally accepted. So is it normal?
Yeah, people use them all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you go about wholesaling an entire portfolio? And this is from Mr. Wilkes.
Well, assuming that it's an all or nothing situation where the seller would only sell all of them and won't break them up, then first of all, you need all the data. You need all the addresses, whether they're occupied or rented. I'm assuming that's the situation, and then you'll need what each tenant is paying, term of the lease, how long the lease, well, that's part of the term, taxes and insurance for each property. Right. Want to know if there's been any recent updates or repairs to the property. What are the tenants responsible for? What is the landlord responsible for as utilities? Then from there, you're going to have to do ARVs on each one of them. And then it boils down to the price. And then whatever other expenses he has associated with running that operation. And once you do that, you can determine whether there's an opportunity there or not. But first thing is that do they have to be sold all or nothing?
All right. Thank you. Eric, what's up? That's my movie quote guru. I don't know, Eric, what she got going on, but you know, that ain't none of my business. What Tab say, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, so Body by Tay. Hey, thank you for joining us. I see some familiar names. Always thanking you for joining us on Thursday evenings. So I have a question. Is Pensacola, Florida, a great place to wholesale? I've already looked it up. Pensacola is 59,000 and the metro Pensacola area is 509,000. I know,
Yeah.
but okay. So 509,000. Is that that's good? That's enough people.
It's on the beach too, man. Yes.
Okay. So James Bowers says, I'm doing the text to flip. How do I get the personal training? So the personal training is for Dealulator.com, aka PropStream.
No, he can get training on the
text to flip too.
If he signed up through text to flip, he can get training on that too.
Woo.
Just reach out to me.
Okay, there you go, James. Look at that. Oh, helping everybody every way. That's nice. So let's go to, this is a Facebook user, says, do you teach how to do deals from the MLS? I tried doing off market, but I think my area is saturated. I've done about 80 calls and everyone who answered has been contacted by a wholesaler.
You say he's only done 80 calls? That's not a lot. That's not a lot. You need to add a couple of zeros on that. Like 1, 2, 80. So yeah, that's not a lot for cold calling. That's not a lot at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna side on you doing something, but as far as cold calling, that's not a lot.
Okay. And as far as the saturated comment, I'm gonna say
what city?
Well, you can follow up and say what city, but if they're saying other wholesalers have contacted them, they haven't sold. So maybe the wholesalers aren't offering.
Yeah, it's still about timing. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's still all about timing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a good example of that, you know, where outside of this, you know, just in normal life, just because.
Okay, I'm married. We divorced. We had rental properties. The judge gave me the rental properties. I ain't interested in that. So when we was together, now I'm gonna give it to you. You probably found me as tired landlords, but now I'm divorced. You can have it. I don't care.
Yeah, that's
I'll
good,
sell it.
Good example.
Yeah.
I thought you were like reading something.
No.
Like, dang, who was that?
Tell them a story.
They like mad. When you read it, they mad.
I'm mad for them. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's simple, yeah.
Okay, so Tiffany wants to know, how does the bird dog process work? And is that the same as JV?
Well, technically it's the same as JV, but with a bird dog, my definition of it is a bird dog basically does, and people have other definitions, but a bird dog basically does everything a wholesaler will do, except put it under contract. For whatever fear they have of doing that, they go out and locate a property, negotiate a great deal, which means just talking to the owner, and they just refer to you. You pay them $500, $1,000. You know, that's it. There's really no paperwork on it. You know what I'm saying? So, but if someone goes that far with my definition of a bird dog, just put it on the contract and don't cap your money. When you bird dogging, you capping your money. Now, again, I side on doing something versus not doing anything. So.
All right. So Malcolm Sherman wants to know, do the same steps apply when it comes to selling trailer/mobile homes?
Well, with mobile homes, unless land is included, then it's treated like an automobile sale. You can get closed out of the deal fairly easy. So ideally, if land is included, then it's just a regular transaction like a house. So it just depends. Now it gets into if it's in a trailer park, does it need to be moved or not? You know, so if it needs to be moved, that eats into your profits greatly because that can be expensive depending on the type of trailer, where it's located, how far it has to go. All of that could be substantial. It could be more than what the trailer is worth. So the things you do want to know about it, you want to know, number one, again, does it have to be moved or does the land come with it? The manufacturer, what year it was built, the size, obviously the condition, Do they have title in hand? Do they owe anything? Now you can try to determine what type of value is on that particular mobile home. You can reach out to some mobile home dealers in the area and see what they will pay for it. You don't have to give them the location, but just give them the specs on it, and they tell you. And then obviously you want to be cheaper than that, assuming you have the other factors answered.
All right. Thank you for that. Guys, if you have not done this as of yet and you find this information useful, you think someone else could benefit from hearing this, make sure you like and subscribe. But we're about 46 minutes in, and we're going to go over our topic of the day, the topic of this show. And it is the top 5 reasons why new wholesalers fail. So I'm going to throw that thumbnail for today's show up there. Ooh, Flip got an F. Wholesaling 101. That's a class 99. That's wholesaling 99. You ain't even in the 100s yet.
Well, I would have dropped that class before, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Drop it for an F have.
Okay, so you went wrong. You get to take it over. You get to take it over.
Going straight to the
registrar's office.
Registrar's office.
Can I drop this?
Yeah, drop this. Yeah.
You're going to take the W.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So how do we take the F into a W and win by not doing these things that are going to cause you to fail?
All right. So we're going to go over a few of 5 of them. I think I put on the thing. So, all right. Number 1 starts with, now let's go back. Let's go backwards. Really not in any order. I'm just going to talk here. Okay. So we're going to start with, over evaluation or simply just not knowing what makes a deal or not. That's number 1. That's probably the number 1 reason why, in reality, it's going to be up there, right? Now, a couple of them going to tie into it, but by simply knowing what makes a deal or not. Now that starts with understanding how to analyze ARVs. It makes it a lot easier if you have the tools to do it. Now, you can use the free options, and those can work if you know how to use those features like Zillow, Redfin, or Realtor.com. But that's the first thing. They just really don't know what makes a deal or not. Some people just get so excited that they have a property that they can put under contract regardless of the numbers work or not. So you got to let that go, that part of it go. So not knowing if it's a deal or not. All right. So the next thing, I guess you would say number 2, is lead generation. Most people don't get that the importance of generating daily leads, no matter what the method is or combination of methods. You have to be talking to enough people that own real estate, whether they want to sell it or not. Some of them, you're going to talk to enough of them that they will want to sell. All right. So generally speaking, you have to be probably talking to 25 to 30 people if you talk about wholesaling to get to a deal. But that's 25 to 30 people that actually want to sell, not 20 or 30 people that you're targeting, whether you talk to them or not. All right. So that's the next thing. All right. So doing your research, just understanding your market. Now, if you're actually local to a market, then you need driving for dollars becomes very essential, because now once your eyes are open to the different methods of finding deals, what to look for, signs of potential distressed or potential, but maybe possible motivated sellers. That's where your recon comes into. Reconnaissance. I can say it. I was saying it going down the street. Reconnaissance.
Oh, you talking about recon? Like when you go back in and vet the area?
Yeah, you're doing your reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance.
I'm saying it right.
No.
I think I'm saying it right now. I was going down the street and I said, I can say it.
Reconnaissance.
So recon, but reconnaissance.
Yeah, we're just going to say recon.
Yeah, but anyway, I got you. All right, so that's the thing. So you got to do your homework, all right, on your market or whatever market you're targeting. The other reason people will fail is fear, right? A lot of people won't ever take any action. They'll educate themselves in the ground, buy my course, this course, that course, this training, blah. You know more than me. Right? That's what I'm saying. I ain't talking about you particularly. I'm talking about.
I shouldn't say this is not personal.
They would know more than me. They've been through so many courses in different ways. They know more than I know. But they won't take action because they fear. The fear of them making a mistake keeps them from doing anything, right?
Right.
And that's one of the beauties about this business. You can be full of mistakes on a deal and still pick up a $17,000 check. It doesn't have to be perfect in order for you to make money. It doesn't even have to be close to that. Now, sometimes deals will go smooth as a baby bottom, 2 baby bottoms, or whatever. Sometimes that's just the way it is, which is a good thing. But it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't say you want to seek out mistakes, but it's okay if you do make mistakes. Because even if the deal doesn't work because you did make a mistake, guess what? That experience in most cases is going to be more valuable than anything that I can teach you. So that fear of failure. So the last one, and so it's going to tie into pretty much everything. People's failure to want to put the actual time in to educate themselves. That slogan I said I need on a t-shirt. No, there's no excuse when the knowledge and training is free. Now, I don't know what anybody else puts out there. I know Tyrone Taylor has put out enough information for people to make this work if they really want to make it work. Too many examples of that.
Gonna make it work.
Yeah, it's too many examples of that. So the lack of education, if you want to succeed in something, Adrian Prince, Lavender.
Whole name? Really? The whole name?
Yeah.
You gonna have these folks stalking me on Facebook and stuff. Not really.
Anyway, they don't remember that. They can't spell none of that. They can't spell the first name, can't spell the last name. All right, so if you want to succeed at anything, hey, you want to give yourself the best chance of succeeding, because it doesn't mean you're going to still succeed.
So now you're talking to me.
So I'm just talking to you because I can see you.
Okay.
All right, so if you want to succeed at anything, or give yourself the best chance of succeeding at anything, and I came up with this too. the t-shirt with this too. You want it, dang, I can't even come out with it. So if you want to succeed at something, or better way of saying, if you want to give yourself the best chance of succeeding at something, it goes a long way by simply knowing what to do. It goes a long way, Adrian. If I'm trying to bake this cake, that I actually know what to do to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can still come out. It might not come out right, but I have my recipes.
Right.
I got all the ingredients that the recipe said. I got my oven on the 375. What I need to be on 375.
Yeah.
I got my oven on 375. I got all the pans they say I need. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready, man. So mix it up. I stick it in there. It's a high probability if I follow them in directions,
it's gonna come out right.
It's gonna come out right. That don't mean that now, but there's a high probability. I say that's all right there. Now, say next time I might need to put a little bit more of this, just because that's on my own personal liking. I might need to put a little bit of less of this. But you know, hey, it's edible. You know, we're gonna eat good.
Oh Lord.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be slobbing in a minute. Yeah, so that's what's up. So those are the top 5 reasons why wholesalers fail. New wholesalers fail. So boom.
Okay. So you mentioned something that I really did like, and I'm an avid follower of Adam Grant. Think Again, Self-Thinking podcast, like self-help, like world-renowned psychologists you know, but he has this one, and some people are on it, and other people have done it too, but it's specifically about loving being wrong, because how much you learn from it. Like if you're wrong, that means you learned something.
Oh, you should have.
You learned something that you didn't know.
You should have.
Right.
It doesn't always mean that now.
It doesn't, but you should have.
Yeah, you should have.
And so you shouldn't always, I like being right. So, you should want to be wrong. Not necessarily that you're striving to be wrong, but you shouldn't be upset when you are, because you learned something.
Yeah. See, you have to a lot, and I hate when somebody, I hate that I even come off like that. When somebody, you just always got to be right. I said, no, I want to learn or whatever. But you got to, but we talking to discuss, you just can't throw something out there. Because I like to, we're not going to argue about facts, right? 2 + 2 is 4. There's no reason to argue about that. You know what I'm saying?
But there's more ways to get to 4. 1 + 1 + 1 is 4 too.
Well, we weren't arguing about the different ways to get to 4. I was just saying about 2 + 2.
Okay. Okay. See what I just did there?
Yeah. I didn't act. The question was how many different ways was to get to 4.
Okay.
And was 2 + 2 4?
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is.
There you go.
Okay. You're right.
All right.
So hold on. I got to ask this question because there's only 547 and a half people in this city, and you got one in your chat box right here. So Brenda Frost, she posted this last week, so I apologize, Brenda.
She in what town? That's smaller than my hometown.
She from Millry. I'm being funny.
Oh, Brenda Frost. Yeah, what's going on, Brenda? I met her in the Dollar General. I met her in the Dollar General when I was at home for when Miri played in the semifinals.
They made it to the semifinals.
Oh, we lost in that game. I was at home that weekend. Brenda, how's it going, Brenda?
She says, "Your home girl, your girl from home. I have a new job in Pensacola, and I need a place in Pensacola, moving from Millry. I would like to set up a consultation." So, yeah. You got my number, Brenda. So just call me. You may want to text me first though, because I just won't automatically answer sometime. But just text me first. That is you. I think my sister texted me your number earlier. So just reach out to me tomorrow afternoon. We could talk. Yeah, I met her in the Dollar General, and she was like, came up to me like. And wow, you look like this guy on the internet. I said, what's his name? She told me. I said, yeah. And she like, wow. I said, she said, why are you here? I said, I grew up here. And I started telling her who my brothers and sisters was. She just couldn't believe it or whatever. But it was great to meet you, Brenda. We was in the Dollar General in Millry. Superstar in the one track.
I thought that was amazing. So she really made my day or whatever. So wow, I said she didn't know. Well, I guess ain't nothing I just talk about that from the MIL, the real MIL.
Where's the other?
I have no idea.
I've sent. You're trying to say MIA?
I guess Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. I guess anybody happen to be from there.
I didn't say ATL. MIL.
Okay. From MIL, put that on a shirt. Sell it to all 50 people.
M-Town boy.
Okay. Let's see here. She said thank you, by the way.
Oh yeah, great to meet you again, Brenda. Sure was. She made my day.
Okay,
Even though we got our skull cracked that day.
Oh my gosh.
Night.
Desiree Twigs says,
Leroy Bears.
That was the name of the team.
Leroy Bears.
The Leroy Bears. That's the team. In the South, in the country. Leroy Bears.
All of them.
They just outplayed you. They outplayed you.
It was terrible. That my cousin Gip, man, he just was clowning so bad. We were sitting on their side. Even though it was our home game, we were sitting on the visitor side because it filled up on our side or whatever. We were sitting over there and he was just acting so bad. It was just ridiculous how bad he clowned. And then we got our skull cracked. He tried to leave, and the women that were sitting by said, "No, you're not going anywhere." No. They made them sit back down. And he finally snuck on out. I had to sneak out behind. It was terrible. It was so embarrassing. Both of us said because I'm a bandwagon fan. I can't even tell you the last time I went to a high school. My high school game probably 15 years ago, 20 probably. And I was a bandwagoner anyway. I say, but do not call me unless they're in the state championship game. I ain't coming to no quarterfinals, no semifinals, none of it.
Well, you're not being supportive.
You're right. I'm not.
Okay. Well, we're going to hop right into Desiree's question. Desiree says, what's a good starting point when offering seller financing? How do you determine a good offer when it comes to seller financing?
Wow, that's a broad question because there are a lot of factors that you have to take in consideration with an owner finance deal. Do they owe anything? Condition of the property. Obviously, location. What are the rental rates in the area? All those things are factoring in on now what's going to make this property an attractive deal based on the terms that the seller is willing to accept. So it's hard to just say because there's just so many directions you can go to, go with the down payment, the amount they're going to accept, and all that factors into do they owe anything, how much they owe, what the monthly payment. There's just a lot of factors that go into that. Desiree. It's just not a cut and dry answer without knowing the property that you're targeting and the situation and the history of that property.
All right. So when I click off of it and then it disappears. So Jeffrey Jackson wanted to know, is Phoenix, Arizona still a hot market for commercial wholesaling? And what's an average spread per deal?
I wouldn't know. I've never done a commercial deal in Phoenix, Arizona, but trust me, it's a major market. If you find an opportunity there the payday would be substantial.
All right. So S. Henson wants to know, how do I find the Gossi interview for the accelerator?
He's talking about from yesterday. If you're in the group, it'll be there. From week one, it'll be, if you're in the group, it'll be there from week one. If you're in the what's the website? I just put it up. Well, you should have that information. You're in the group, you should have that information.
All right. Thank you. And Jay Do, thank you for joining us. You said you're logging out. Appreciate you being here and joining us this Thursday. Okay, guys.
Or thirsty like a bear. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Bro.
Aristiday wants to know, is the 3425 number a direct number to you, Flip? If so, I text you.
Yeah, it is.
It's direct enough.
What AP, you got Apple TV?
No.
I told you about C.
No.
It's Game of Thrones, but different.
It's in the C.
No, it's C like SEE. What it's about is that it's in the future, basically, but they basically went back to almost caveman times because some type of disease happened and only 2 million people were left on the planet, but all of them were blind. So, so that limits technology tremendously. And so, but what happened was some of the people were having vision. And so this one dude, he was trying to, try to bring stuff back to where it was, because they didn't have a book. What you gonna need a book for? Guess how they communicated with each other?
How?
You would have like your own rope, basically. And you would tie it in certain knots and they could just feel.
So like braille in a rope.
Like braille, but like if you did like a necklace. And that's how you would communicate. And so like if I handed you this, you would know that's me because of the way I braided it. But
how you know where you living in outside?
All their senses increased though. They smell. They could tell who a person was by the way they smell, obviously the way they sound or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But your boy from Aquaman on there, Jason Momoa.
Okay, I'll watch
whatever his name, Pomona, whatever his name is.
It's Momoa.
Momoa, whatever it is.
Have him and mimosas.
He's probably gay. So anyway, but yeah, he's the main character now. But it's good. It's good.
It's good.
I'm gonna go live. If I ain't too sleep, I'm gonna go lock in and knock out an episode tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Okay, have you ever worked with cash buyers who are willing to pay 80% ARV minus repairs?
Yeah, them the ones you want in most markets. If they willing to go that high, yeah, those are yes.
Okay,
that's lovely.
So Lonnie says, if you purchase a property with high equity, how soon can you use that equity? That's not really how this works.
Well, I don't know what they mean as far as like if they buy the house, they're trying to refi and get some cash out of it. If that's what they mean, I'm not sure what they mean by that.
Okay. 559 Stud, thank you for being here. He has a question, and I think you got it, 559. I think you got it. So, Flipman, I have a question. Where do I start from square one? I make a contract, then find a seller, then find a buyer, then a title company.
Basically, that's it.
Boom.
That's the process.
Yeah.
A few holes there, but yeah. That's the process.
That's the gist.
That's the process. 559 Stud.
Yeah.
STUD.
That's it. Okay. Thank you for that. So Noelia, kind of before, I think this was before you went over the topic of the day, say, do wholesalers fail because they cry too much and don't want to work?
Possibility.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys, we've been rolling for an hour. There's some housekeeping things that we want to go over with you before we leave.
Yeah, let me pull up this one video that I have. It was a YouTube short, and just to play it really quick, which one is it? Yeah, this one. So let me share my screen. I can just do this instead of sharing my screen. Just do that. And let me play this one, I think. Can you see that over there?
If you want to quit your job this year, here's what you do. Find some of these. Yes, abandoned apartment buildings. And of course, some of these, old reliable, AKA vacant houses. Now, if you really want to quit your job this year, help me find these very large vacant parking lots. I would prefer that they be paved, but not a deal breaker. So I guess you say, yeah, I can find those. Then what? For vacant houses, text VIP to 205-964-5243. For abandoned apartment buildings and those very large parking lots, text BOOM to 205-964-5243, and let's get it. If you want to quit your job.
Okay.
All right. Also up is Atlanta Cash Buyers. Tell them a little about that.
Oh yeah, that domain name is for sale if you're trying to take your business to the moon. In Atlanta, Georgia, it says it all. When you're trying to purchase a website name / domain name, if you can accomplish telling people what you want in the message, and that's the way people talk, let's call Atlanta Cash Buyers. They buy all the houses, so they think of you. So along with that, I'll offer coaching along with it. So hit me up if you're interested, and I'll tell you what the freight is. Everything's negotiable. I'm gonna throw you a price, but everything's negotiable, just to let you know. So boom. And don't forget about this too. Subscribe to the channel by selecting this button here. Once you subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell, select all, so you now are alerted whenever we upload new videos like this one and when we go live daily. You got anything?
I don't. We'll see you next Thursday. We'll be here streaming live.
I really appreciate you, A. Let's get it.
Appreciate you too. Good.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know 205-964.